Thinking about jumping back into Stalker 2 after dropping it early on, I just did a full playthrough as of August 2025, and this is a no-filler breakdown of what's better, what's worse, and what still needs work. I'm a patch tester for Stalker 2, I'm no expert, but I hope this helps you decide whether to return to the zone or enter the first time. Firstly, the improvements, performance, the game is far more stable. It ran smoothly for me with only 2 crashes across 30 plus hours, both of which occurred during heavy cinematics. Quest fixes, all the big ones, are finally playable. Soul Tank no longer soft locks. The huge S.T.A.L.K.E.R battle worked perfectly for me this time without having to restart. Malachite's main gate bug after the ward attack gone. In the name of science now actually finishes correctly. Disable the device, wait a couple of days, and the story continues as intended. World systems, Pripyat's day-night cycle isn't frozen anymore. Vortex anomalies no longer crash your game or teleport you into map voids. However, this was a lot of fun to do. The trader building outside Ward's base is finally open to non-Ward players, and the soldier aggro radius there is reduced, so you can actually explore. A-life improvements, less crazy spawns behind your back, more NPC groups roaming, and random battles happening naturally. Endgame exoskeleton squads aren't everywhere now. Early on, it feels a little more alive, even if still flawed. We'll get into A-Life in more detail shortly. Of course, new problems arise as we head into September. The backpack weight bug, near maximum weight, your stamina penalty disappears, a nice exploit, but immersion breaking. If you've seen my older videos on the channel, you'll know I love a good exploit. I'll demonstrate how it works in a future video, so please consider subscribing and back into it. CinemaScape barely works. Some are saying they cannot get it to work in a complete walkthrough. Subtitles show up even when disabled and sometimes stick to the screen until you open the menu. And visual bugs, distant objects sometimes turn bright pink, mixed groups spawn together, loners chilling with mercs, while soldiers shoot at you through them. Leads to nonsense, crossfires, and older annoyances remain. Combat AI, NPCs have laser vision, perfect aim, never miss, never jam, and snipe you through bushes at night while you can barely see them. Fights feel unfair even against low-tier bandit. You also loot so many meds and ammo piles that buying it is pointless. Though some ammo types like the M701 super rounds are finally harder to find. When it comes to A-Life, first, what's working? The 100-meter online bubble feels better than ever. Squads emerge naturally from points of interest, not as many weird pop-ins, and they gather around fires or hubs in a way that feels more alive. Random camps across the zone are occupied again, sometimes friendly, sometimes hostile, and even at locations I already cleared. But there's a big problem: many squads spawn with no goal, just wandering in circles or standing around. Hostility settings seem broken too. Enemies often ignore stalkers, mutants, and even the player, running past or refusing to engage in combat. I've never seen a squad spawn in the open, move to a point of interest and attack it and claim it. They only take locations if they spawn inside. Rostock especially feels underpopulated. I've never seen a hub squad leave to explore the world and just stand in place. Faction control seems off. I've watched one faction take an area only to return later and find the original faction back in charge, as if the attackers were erased. Mixed squads also spawn bandits with stalkers, military with duty, and half ignore fights while the rest die in crossfire. It kills immersion fast. Mutants, they spawn in lures. I've never seen them overrun stalkers or each other. And in the 1.5.3, I haven't seen Bayans, poltergeist, bearers, controllers, chimeras, deer, or pseudo giants spawn naturally at all. It can happen, but it's scarce. Maybe they're still locked to scripted locations. On the plus side, rescued NPCs sometimes appear in hubs afterwards, which is great for immersion, but most vanish after one interaction instead of sticking around to make the world feel more persistent. Overall, patch 1.5.3 makes A-Life feel more alive than before, but it's clear the system still needs major polish, especially around AI goals, faction logic, and mutant behavior. What can be done to improve Stalker 2? Pick how many hours you sleep instead of the default, show artifact effects, buffs, and PSI influence clearly in the UI. Add a flashlight battery indicator, let us name our saves, and it shouldn't take running into a group and getting shot to know if they're hostile. Suggestions include binocular scanning for faction tags or reworking the crosshair color system. Hence, it's more consistent and realistic, but this might make the game too easy. Therefore, binoculars with a tag system make more sense for scoping out the area before you enter bases. With binoculars being added to the game in updates later this year, expect the spawn bubble to improve to 150 to 200 meters. I doubt we can go any higher for now, given that Stalker 2 zone is significantly larger compared to the 3 previous Stalker games. Fast travel fixes after certain story events, some areas like Duga, Burnt Forest, Wild Island, and the lesser zone lack guides, or you can only travel to them but not from there. Players want a consistent expanded guide network, so we're not having to hike across the entire map of basic errands. Inventory improvements, people wish to sort better, maybe multiple bags or tabs so it stays organized between play sessions. Some suggest bringing back consumables from the older games or Anomaly, items with the real trade-offs instead of endless piles of identical food and meds. More side content, early areas feel alive with quests, but mid to late game zones are sparse. Fans want either narrative side missions or repeatable quests like in Skyrim, repeatable but meaningful activities that add more texture to the world. Endgame systems, beyond fetch quests, activities such as mutant hunting, faction wars, or late game survival challenges can keep the world interesting after the main story. So here's the verdict: Stalker 2 in August 2025. The game is playable and even fun in ways past updates weren't, but combat AI, world systems, and side content still need profound love. If you quit at launch, now's a good time to return, but expect rough edges. But we should see 1.6 testing start as we head into September. If you enjoyed this fast-paced review of Stalker, consider subscribing and check out yesterday's video now on screen.